So I'm about to go to bed, but I wanted to make this video. After I haven't watched the whole video yet, I do plan to do so. But after hearing about Gucci Mane and Keisha Kayor's interview on the Breakfast Club, and then seeing so much commentary about it online, I just wanted to share some information. We got to do better, y'all. I mean, really, it is the year of our Lord 2025. And instead of accepting that a black man out of his own lips is saying that he has been dealing with bipolar disorder and schizophrenia, and that he made a decision to get healthier by stopping the drugs and alcohol and by allowing, that is the word, allowing his wife to assist him when he cannot make the most sound decisions. Instead of accepting that, we want to come up with all kinds of narratives, and it's it's bananas. As I said, it is the year of our Lord 2025, and we have to get to a place in the black community specifically where we understand that mental health is real. And I get why, we struggle with that. We've got religion that kind of has made things about good versus evil, and not understanding that mental health is mental health. It ain't got nothing to do with good versus evil. And we have had situations that have gone on for decades, for centuries, where black people have been mistreated and abused and tested on in mental health asylums. There are quite a few books that you can check out to read for yourself to get this information. And there are lawsuits, you know, where I understand where people don't want to allow someone else to make decisions for them. I think O'Connor versus Donaldson in the 70s. And even here in Memphis, the 1996 Memphis Mental Health Institute settlement. So I get why we don't trust. And at the same time, I don't, because we do everything in the world to do all the things that we want to do, but we will not pick up a book and read so that we can be knowledgeable enough to advocate for our rights, so that we can understand these types of things and find someone in our families that we trust to help us, like Gucci Mane has found. Like so many of the people that I serve who are trying to help their family members who are seriously mental ill, who, I get it, like they don't want to take their medication because the medication makes them feel numb. An antipsychotic or even a heavy mood stabilizer can make you feel numb. It can make you feel like you're not yourself. It can stunt your creativity if you're a really creative person. So I hear that, right? But I also hear that if they take their medication, the voices aren't as loud, that they take care of themselves, they take care of their ADLs, that they're able to not only foster relationships but maintain those relationships. And it's a delicate balance making those decisions. But what I always try to help family members do is empower them to empower their family members to make healthy decisions. But I get it. You don't want someone to be your conservator. When we see what happened with Britney Spears and with Amanda Bynes, we get it, right? But in our community, we just got to do better, okay? These folks ain't no clones. These people have been ill, and by the grace of God or Allah or Buddha or what have you, they made a decision to be healthy, and we should support those decisions instead of ridiculing them, thereby perpetuating the stigma that continues to be in our communities. And last but not least, here's a little tidbit of knowledge for you. The typical onset for schizophrenia is between the ages of 18 and 25, and those are our partying and drinking years. And so what that means is between that age time frame, if you are predisposed to schizophrenia or any schizoid type issue, it is likely that that is when you're going to experience it. And if you do drugs, including marijuana, and if you drink and you're predisposed, you're going to trigger an episode and you may not be able to come out of it. So let's stop saying that our folks that was hanging out, particularly in that age group, that it's just people collectively going around putting stuff in their drinks. Because let's stop. If we stop that and we pay attention to the scientific knowledge, the clinical knowledge, and we get them the help the early on, they can avoid a whole lot. And you as a family member can avoid a whole lot. But anyway, I applaud Gucci Mane for being brave enough to come forward to tell his story. I applaud him for finding someone in his life who is willing and able to be there for him and look out for him. And I applaud her for doing it, because let me tell you something. I done sat in front of some people, and it is heartbreaking when you love someone and you see that they are just taking themselves down through there, and you trying your best to show them the most rational decision to make, and they like, you crazy, I ain't doing it. And you got to keep constantly stopping the neighbors from calling the police, and they got stores that they're not allowed to go into anymore. And you really don't want them to go to jail, because if they go to jail, ain't no mental health treatment. Especially not here. Not in the jail. So let me rephrase that. It's not the quality, because they don't belong in jail. They belong somewhere where they can get real mental health treatment, not punishment, not reform. But anyway, just a little knowledge. And I hope that anybody who is struggling with this hears it, and you get whatever information you need, and that you pick up a book and you read and you figure out how to do better for yourself and for your family. Good night.